first of all, let's demystify who these special individuals need to be as one of the things that in some cases is prohibiting individuals from stepping forward and raising their hand saying that I want to get involved in this type of ministry. But, you know, if you think about the dynamic of in many congregations, average size congregation, I believe, is still considered to be 150, 200 members. When you take all of the churches and then you kind of do the math among them, about 200, 250 members, there's probably someone sitting inside of that congregation who either has or is working in the healthcare field, a nurse, maybe in some cases a doctor or a clinician inside of a healthcare organization. They certainly would be someone that would be ideal, if you will, to be part of a cancer care or healthcare ministry inside of a local congregation. But how about people who have experienced cancer or are family members of individuals who've experienced cancer? They also, too, would make ideal individuals who could begin to become part of a team of individuals who are focused on cancer care ministry. But the reality of the fact is, you don't have to be someone that's part of the healthcare community, past or present. You don't necessarily need to be someone who has been directly involved or impacted by someone with cancer, but just someone who loves God and loves his people and are saying, listen, I'm willing to provide practical love and support. Virtually anyone can become a part of a cancer care ministry inside of a local congregation.
Well, let's drill down just a bit about this concept of cancer care ministry. What does that look like?
Yep, absolutely. Well, from the perspective of our journey of hope, first and foremost, there needs to be a leader, someone who basically is going to stand in front of a group of people and provide a vision and energy and structure. And we provide all of those resources to empower individuals to do just that. So we're not sending individuals back empty-handed. They're going to be provided with all sorts of resources and materials, as well as online, that will empower them to actually structure what a cancer care ministry looks like. You go back, you announce that you're going to start a cancer care ministry. Of course, hopefully the pastor is endorsing that, casting that vision, saying this is where we're going. And then they need to develop a name. What are we going to call this ministry? Something that is visceral, that people will relate to, and that it will accurately describe what that agenda and objective of that group is in terms of what they're going to do with that ministry. Then from there, you schedule your own trainings, because you are going to start developing and training individuals with the curriculum that is going to be provided to you free of charge by our Journey of Hope to begin to download concepts. Hospital visitation. The average person does not know how to do an effective hospital visitation. And you know why? Because no one ever taught them how to do a hospital visitation. We thought you just show up and you just visit people, right? Wrong. It's just like anything else. There is a way to do that. There's an art and science to it. There's some things that you should not do. There's some things you should not say, etc., etc. We have provided all of those guidelines along with several other things that begins to construct what a cancer care ministry is and what members of that cancer care ministry should and should not be doing.
Well, I think we've got an elephant in the room, or an elephant in the booth here.
Okay,
and I want to address this with you. You mentioned it earlier, and I think that this is something, I know I face it. I think a lot of people face it, and it also drives cancer patients, perhaps, as you were talking about, into a sense of being isolated. And that is fear of what to say. It's like, okay, my friend, my family member has cancer. Okay, you can I may pat him on the back and say, all right, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm praying for you, or something like that. I mean, how do you remove that fear from people that have had cancer strike them in the form of say, affecting a loved one or a friend?
First, we have to demystify this disease. Cancer, according to the American Cancer Society, is affecting close to 16 million Americans. 16 million.
Wow.
One out of 3 people are estimated to be diagnosed with cancer at some point in their lifetime, according to the American Cancer Society. So cancer has been this mysterious big beast, this, as you said, the elephant in the living room. Well, 20 years ago, when people talked about cancer, we thought about it in terms of people dying from cancer. We now have statistics that strongly tell us that people are living longer than any time ever before with a diagnosis of cancer. When we equip and educate cancer care leaders and ministers inside of our local churches with some of that practical information, first and foremost, it'll help to take some of that mystery out of the disease.